Welcome to the Higher Power Podcast, where your safe zone for discovering your true self is created. We are your hosts, Frank Sieben and Jill Humphreys. Hey everyone, and welcome to our 17th episode of the Higher Power Podcast. In tonight's episode, Jill and I would love to talk about how to protect your energy. But guys, before we dive in, we really would love to reach out to you and say a heartfelt thank you for all the love and blessings you send us our way. In email and even on the socials, we see it. So that really means a lot to us. And please keep sending these because they make our day. Protecting your energy is really essential for your growth and also for your health. And we want to show you what we do, how we maintain our flow, and what we do to prevent our flow from being blocked or disturbed even. And you all know that your body works best when you're in flow state. So let's dive right in.
Yes, let's dive right in. What a topic, Frank. My goodness me. This is really something that's affected so many people that we've come into contact with. More so in the last 3 weeks because there is an energy shift going on, and this is very, very big. And if anybody out there has ever watched The Secret, perhaps you can go back to the sequence where Bob Proctor talks about us being energy vibrational creatures and how we are molecules and atoms and nothing is in a fixed state. We are just continually a source of energy, and we transform and we shift through different elements, through different time zones, even through different paradigms. And it really can either shut you down or drive you forward. And Frank and I want to cover here how things can help protect your energy, how you can do a grounding sequence and a technique, and also some of the things that you might need to clear in order that you can feel back into flow state.
Well, there are people out there who are really toxic. There are situations that can be toxic, and there are also energies that can be toxic. I sometimes talk of energy vampires when I talk to people, and I notice that these people are energy vampires. Just picture yourself around someone who's happy, who's fulfilled, and who's really living life in a beautiful way. You want to be around these people. And now picture the opposite of someone who is in a state of anger or depression or really unhappy. That's what you really want to avoid in life. You don't want to be around these people, and your intuition is telling you to get away from these people because they actually steal your energy. They steal your love and they steal your happiness, even if they don't intend to, but sometimes it's how they meet their needs. Especially if you shine really bright and if light always attracts darkness.
Yeah, that's really, really powerful. And I was listening to how you were describing that. And some people are going to say, yeah, but Frank and Jill, hold on a minute. I'm not feeling my energy. I'm not feeling powerful today. Why, when I'm normally okay, do I feel this way? And sometimes when we feel out of sorts and we're not sure why, we feel overwhelmed by other people and pick up on other people's feelings, thoughts, and energy. And for some horrible reason, this can be really depleting.
Oh, yeah.
And have a huge impact on your health. So, Frank, share what we discovered the other day when I was going through some of my case studies as well on when we were doing energy healing. And I shared one with you. Perhaps you would like to tell us what happened when you used it.
That's a great idea, Jill. We actually noticed that people are feeding off our own energy. And when that happens, you need to clean yourself. And you said, Frank, take a shower.
Yeah.
Simply take a shower. And I did. And I had a meditation in my shower, which was the first time I meditated in my shower. And I imagined a place in nature where I am under a waterfall and everything is clean, everything is bright. I have just pure nature around me, and this really cleaned everything off. It was a wonderful experience. I can only invite you to do the same.
Well, it is one of the simplest ways of cleansing. We automatically think of water, or you get into a lovely bath or a shower, and it does shift your state and it helps you clear away the energies of the day. And when you're in close proximity with people or you're working with people, I remember when I was a therapist myself, there were some energies that I would really have a really bad headache with. Sometimes my joints would feel really heavy and tired. And I remember my therapist instructor always used to say, now, when you get home, it doesn't matter how tired you are, but the actual energy of the day should be cleansed from the body so that you are able to return to your centered state, your core state, and that you are able to have a restful sleep rather than have the energies around you of the people that you've spoken to or that you've dealt with on that day. So it stuck with me, Frank, and I thought, well, why not if I share it with you, and hopefully that your experience will feel better. And it was amazing how you actually said to me, I've never felt so clean in all my life.
Yeah, it was just an amazing energy shift, because what I did in the shower, I really imagined that all the heavy weight and all the how can we call it, the dark clouds are washed off and everything fall away from me, so I can shine again and I can put on my own protection shield with my own white and violet light. And that really helped me to do that.
Well, I like the metaphor for it anyway, because you're imagining any negativity actually going down the plug hole. And that is disappearing. It's been taken away from you. There's nothing you have to do about that. You stand there and it goes down that drain.
Yeah.
And it leaves you and you can't see it anymore. It's actually gone. So I love the way that the metaphor for being cleansed and transmuted into white light, it's very, very powerful.
Yes. And it was the first time that I really used meditation in the shower, which was amazing to do that. Because, a shower is not a place where I would initially think of meditating, honestly.
I think when I was at a retreat and we were in the top of a beautiful place near the Alhambras in Spain, there were natural fountains and natural waterfalls in some of the places. And we were told to go and sit underneath them and just close your eyes and sit in your position for your meditation, and then just let the water flow over you and not move. And even for 5 minutes, that was really a discipline for me to do. Because number one, I like to open my eyes when there's water around me, but I was in a strange place, but it certainly took me to a different energy and I felt really cleansed. But I also felt energized and quite excited because it was something I was fearful of doing at the same time.
It definitely energized me as well. But I want to talk about how I felt before that, because I felt tired. I felt I have no drive. Even my creativity shut down. I had no motivation and I was unhappy, which is like a completely unnatural state for me. I'm always happy. I'm always in alignment and we are always heading into flow state. But I even couldn't communicate with my true self. That made me think. So I did something I've never done before, thanks to your advice, Jill.
Well, we must understand that when we are experiencing, say, higher awareness, and also if you're one of those people that really live in your head, beware of this, because your creativity and everything else can become blocked when we feel heavy, tired, listless, fatigue. You really would like to just curl up somewhere and go to sleep. Sometimes that is the best way to break it, is by having a nap or having a sleep. But the other side of the things is that the higher awareness means that you are more receptive to frequencies and energies of positivity, but also negativity.
Yeah.
And we've got to understand that when we experience the contrast, it's good for us. It's not bad, because we know then that we're out of alignment. And there are techniques and ways to get back to that. And I'd like to share a really quick one. And if you don't shower in the morning because you don't want to, you don't have time, if you can imagine there's a stream or column of white light or cobalt blue light flowing over you from your head down through your body to your feet and out into the earth. Intend that any negativity you have in your body or energy system anywhere is washed away by that light and transmuted into light as it enters the earth. See or feel any negativity in body or energy system get flushed away and transmuted into the light as it goes into the earth. Really, you can repeat these steps about 3 times so that you become more centered and you feel cleansed from this. Again, it's a discipline. It won't happen overnight, but it's certainly worth it, isn't it, Frank?
This is really a beautiful sharing, Jill, because we do this on a daily basis now. And honestly, time is too precious not to be in flow. Time is really too precious not to be aware of this negativity surrounding us because, it is everywhere.
It's true, but you don't have to accept the state you're in either, Frank. I mean, there are grounding techniques, there are protection techniques that you and I want to cover. But if you get into the habit of the clearing and the grounding and protecting yourself every day, you shouldn't need to keep consistently doing it because you will have this invisible cloak like you and I were talking about yesterday when we were talking about the Harry Potter scene where Harry actually takes the invisible cloak. He's actually physically there in the room, but nobody else can see him. But he's still absorbing the energy and the vibration of what people are saying and the existence of others around him. He still feels it. He's quite in shock when he discovers truths and secrets of what's going on as well. So if you can imagine, also the other way I was always taught was my tarot master used to say to me, whenever somebody sits at the table with you, Jill, imagine the old glass that a bank teller used to have between you and your client. Bring that down and have that as a protectant because after all, the map of the person's life is laid out in front of you and the energy from any of that, which is extremely powerful. I used to have the most technicolor dreams. I used to have really bad headaches and I'd pick up symptoms of other people's illnesses. I never knew that this energy transference was so powerful until I came into the realm of working with energy healers and energy warriors and psychic warrior protection. It was a completely different world for me.
I can imagine that, yeah. I think it's also important that you set healthy boundaries in your life and set the intention that you are not receptive. You don't receive these low energy vibes because this programs your subconsciousness to focus on the good vibration, to focus on the good frequencies, and you will attract these frequencies then. And if you're around people who operate from a lower state, then you don't need to match their energy level. You are greater than that. This is what Jill and I always tell each other. We are greater than that.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go down this level and you don't need to be in reactive mode. Stay neutral and use your cloak because it really works.
And it's not easy sometimes when you are in a state like that and you might be really having a good time and the vibration changes because something happens in the room or you hear some news. You never know when that's coming for you. But the thing is that you don't have to go to the places where this energy is taking you. You can choose to be strong. But in choosing to be strong, there are a few grounding techniques. And one of them, Frank, I'd really like to share as well. And this is about staying connected. Because it's for us to be completely balanced, we must be connected to both the energy of the earth and the universal or heaven energy. The perfect natural example of this balance can be found in the tree kingdom, which you and I absolutely love.
Oh, yeah.
Trees have their roots firmly grounded in the earth while their branches reach towards the sky. And sometimes when we're not properly grounded, we can feel ill, we can feel out of sorts. And usually people are not sure why you feel this way. There's nothing physically wrong, but you just do not feel in a good space. And individuals may feel disconnected or even unable to concentrate or motivate themselves, like you said before, to get on with anything. And in order to manifest and bring all of our beautiful gifts into their full potential, it is really important that we are properly grounded. People work very much with their intellect, like you, Frankie, the composing side of things and the producing side of things. You can become ungrounded, and therefore the following technique can be extremely helpful. Similarly, if you do a lot of energy work, you can be a therapist, or for personal and self-development, such as meditation or even Reiki, you need actually to ground yourself on a regular basis. Like with myself, I work with a multitude of different people in a multitude of different instances. And sometimes some of those are life-threatening, and the intensity of that air around that person can be engulfing. You have to stay in that firm, grounded place before you can even help or reach out to that other person. So I'd like really to take us through a very, very quick connection to the earth energy. And I'd like you to bring your awareness to your feet and plant them firmly on the floor. Then what I'd like you to do is attach to your feet, imagine that this is a really, really long rope. And this rope will extend down through the foundations of your house, through the floorboards, through the earth, through the rock, through the granite, through the mineral, through the oil of the earth, right through to the core center. Feel how taut and strong that rope actually is. And feel it centering you to the ground. You're solid, you're rooted like that tree. Now focus your attention to bring the blue electromagnetic earth energy up through that rope, up through the core center, up through the oil, up through the minerals of the earth, through the granite, through the rock, through the earth again, and through the foundation of your house, through the floorboards, and let it enter your feet and feel the vibration in your feet like a buzzy heat. Let that come up into your lower legs, your upper legs, your thighs, your base chakra, your sacral chakra, into your solar plexus, and feel the energy settle in your solar plexus chakra. And say the intention, I am now connected to the earth energy, and thank the energy for rooting you and centering you.
Yeah, this is really powerful, Jill.
I was actually there then.
Yeah, me too. I was doing it the way you were describing it, totally. I mean, this is our technique we use on a daily basis. So we know that this is really powerful. And we can only invite you to practice it on a daily basis as well. I would love to add something to the ball of white light. You can protect yourself with the ball of white or violet or even pink light when you go through your day. This will definitely protect you from all the negativity, but it still enables you to send out love from your own place. So take this with you and use it to spread the love, as we always say.
Mm-hmm. It's vital. You want to make changes in your life sometimes, and you're kind of removing masks, and each mask, hasn't it, Frank, has an incredible energy to it. It may have been a really, really incredible relationship that, although it was in your life, it wasn't something that brought you extreme happiness. And maybe it was, you didn't want to hurt that other person, and you didn't want to leave, you didn't want to make these choices, but the energy becomes extremely heavy around that. Beware of also what your body's trying to tell you. Be aware of the choices that you're making when you're in these positions, because these are going to form an energy that maybe you are not expressing. And that energy will be repressed into the subconscious basement. And it will be a trigger point, and something or somebody will come into your life and this will be ignited, and up it comes into the conscious. And it's always never the person who is causing you the hurt that you give the hurt to.
Yeah, this is very, very true. And I want to add something to this. Always ask yourself, what is the lesson here? What can I learn from this situation? Because there's always a lesson. I mean, the universe is presenting you this, so you can learn something from this. Every person in your life teaches you something. Every situation teaches you something. So pick it up and use it for your own life and run with it.
I was blessed last night to actually see I Am Not Your Guru with Tony Robbins. And I just find him an incredible person, because the things that people share with him, you watch Tony's face change as he hears these awful things that happen to the people that come to his events. And you watch Tony shift. First of all, he's searching your eyes and your body language. Then he's feeling your energy, and he stands so close to the people because he wants them. And he actually says it. Can you feel my presence? Can you feel me with you? Can you feel my strength and my love for you? I don't want anything from you, but I love you. And even when I say it, I get really emotional, because the energy that this particular young one lady was feeling, and all her life, what she'd been subjected to, you could see that Tony had never gone there before. But I love what he said. And he said, the opposite of entitlement is gratitude. The opposite of hate is love. And when you just love and come from love and are love and be love, there's no room for hurt, pain, or anything that anybody can ever give you. You have to realize that energy comes from emotion behind an emotion. And when that is through pain, Frank, we see it all the time. People are in a terrible amount of physical and emotional pain because of things that they've kept inside, things that they can't express, things that are killing their potential, their success. And this subject, we've only just covered the surface. Even if, would you even say it was the surface? I really wouldn't, but like we always say, speaking from the heart and being grounded, it's not woo-woo, unicorns and rainbow stuff. It is the actual stuff that we're made of, but we didn't realize we were made of this until we were going through life, and it was giving us all these energies and taking us to disempowerment.
That was really beautiful, Jill, what you just said. And to wrap up the show today, we would invite you to always speak from the heart, always operate from the heart, really mean it, don't fake it, because there's no reason to fake it. You will spread out this love frequency and you will receive more love automatically. That's the universal law. So as we always say, this is Frank and Jill signing out from where a safe zone for discovering your true self is created. And guys, spread the love, because this is what it's all about. See you next week. Thanks for listening, and love and blessings to all of you.
Bye guys, see you next week. Thank you.